The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. My name is Trey Ghost Tactical, and I'll be your tour guide of this fiasco. And we're going to have some fun, possibly, and I don't know, maybe have a good time. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. We are live, as always, on YouTube. If you're out there in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you are watching this in replay or listening to this in podcast form, utilize the comment section below. More importantly, we do invite you to come join the live studio audience that we record this on every Tuesday night at 7 Central over at the Ghost Tactical YouTube channel. So come check us out. If you want to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical hotline presented by our good friends over at Valiant Dynamics. If you guys have watched any of my stuff with the Evolver stock, you guys will know that it is the best stock out there, in my opinion, ever created. Best rifle stock ever, period. That's it. Go check out. That number is 530-364-4678. So go check out Valiant Dynamics. Go check out the Evolver stock. I think you'll enjoy it. This podcast is fueled by HRT Tactical. Our good friends over there, Chris and the guys and gals over at HRT Tactical. Been around a long time. Jarhead driven, so you know it's got to be good. It's awesome, actually. Best plate carrier I ever had. But they sell first aid kits. They sell all sorts. If you're a gear junkie, go check out HRT Tactical and let them know that Ghost sent you. If you are a veteran, especially anyone, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness, and you're looking for some light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I might be able to talk you through the darkness. More importantly, I can just be there to listen if that's what you need. But if you are looking to get towards some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing and able to help you in any way possible. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Or text the word TALK to 741-741. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title of U.S. Marine, then see the website marines.com. And we are very proud members of the Firearms Radio Network and the Self-Defense Radio Network. So go check out all your favorite pro-gun, pro-toy podcasts over at firearmsradio.net and selfdefenseradio.net. Let's get this off of my ugly mug and say hello to the merry band of morons for tonight's episode. From the weirdest state in the union, the only state that takes two people to spell four letters, we have Chris from the 740. What up, homie?
Hey, what's going on? Glad this is going to be a fun one tonight.
I think so. I'm looking forward to it. What's going on with you? You're staying busy, aren't you?
Yeah, work's going good.
That's good.
Got a lot of filming done last Friday. So
I have not got any filming done since before SHOT Show. That's what it is.
Sometimes you got to take a break.
Well, between the job and just taking a break. Sometimes it's nice to just. Luckily, I don't have like anything that I'm obligated to do, and I did that for a reason because I knew I didn't get anything directly from SHOT yet. Because I knew that, hey, I'll be starting the job. It wouldn't be, it's not fair to the companies for me to promise something that I wasn't sure how everything was going to go with the job. So I didn't really go crazy. I still got a bunch of stuff that I've got to get to. And they say, hey, just let me know when you're ready and we'll get it to you. But I haven't got anything yet because I haven't asked for anything. But I will. And I'll get back on the range. I'll get some stuff done. I need to get back. I need some range time. I definitely need that. So before it gets crazy hot,
Yeah.
What you got coming up? You still doing a lot of the optic stuff?
Yeah, I got a few more of those. I got the review done on the Ross Martin Compt over the weekend.
Yeah, and so far?
God, it's an amazing gun.
Yeah.
I took both of them to the range,
so
it was kind of fun because I could do comparisons of everything with the original and the new comp, because that was all they did. They didn't. It's exactly the same, other than they cut a port.
The comp. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, great gun. And then I took the new CZ Nocturne that I bought there. It's okay. It's taken some getting used to. It's a little weird. So I like it. I just got to spend more time with it.
Yeah. No, I get you.
But yeah. So got a lot coming up here in the next few weeks.
Nice. From Florida. Actually, he's from Bama. He lives in Florida. Was that Florida did Welcome to My House? Was that Timberland? That was Florida. That was Florida. So he's welcoming us to his house, which is the house of EAA. We've got Chase. What's up, man? Hey, Gerald. What's up, man?
So they had them apple bottom jeans.
Boots with
That'll be in everybody's head all night now. You're welcome.
Shit, we got low. What's up, man? What you got as your avatar there? That's something kind of sexy.
That might be something new, something hotness. Started shipping those. Because if you're going to have the ultimate in Latin defense products, you might as well have a gold 38 Super.
That is the cartel gun of cartel guns, is it not?
That is the El Jefe right there. Telling you.
El Jefe, a gold 38 Super. That's it. With the ivory, that's it. That is
with the Freedom Angel, the Liberation Angel. Come on.
Yes. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff.
For the people like Clover that have never left Texas, if you go to Mexico City, people that travel the world, you'll see that in person. When Mexico won its independence, that's what that came from.
Scott said he saw that on the Gun Collective. Did he now? No comment? Okay.
Oh, I know. I heard. I just chose to leave that one alone.
I understand. No, I get it.
I had a little tornado just went and ran by.
What's up, little man?
I know. He's running around ass naked right now.
With the mullet?
Oh, dude. He's Florida man for real right now.
I love it.
Mama gave him a bath, and I'm sitting here cleaning up the kitchen from dinner while we're talking, and there he went.
the mullet tornado, huh?
Bro, I'm telling you. See? So anyway, dude.
I know you've been busy, you guys. Besides the cartel guns, I know you guys have. It's been a crazy month for you already.
Yeah, dude. April was good. May so far has been good.
Yeah.
With the current economic climate that we're all facing currently, the business has still been good. I can't complain.
I tell you what's interesting. It's weird because I'll be talking to dealers and I'll hear, man, I haven't sold a gun in 2 weeks and I haven't even seen anybody in 2 weeks type thing in the shop, to people that are ordering $20,000 a day because they can't keep shit on the shelves. So I don't know if the summer slump is coming early or there won't be a summer slump. It's
from
crazy.
Talking, we talk a good bit, but talking to other industry guys, other dealers, across the gamut, the summer slump's definitely here. Already, summer's here.
Yeah.
The difference is you're seeing the shops that are let's just be honest, the better shops are doing good, and the shops that don't try or rely on online orders or the small we all know those little small crotchety gun shops that nobody really wants to go into, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Those dudes are having a rough go of it right now. the guys that want to adapt and like really get going with everything, they're doing okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get a bump
like I said,
in Disruptor X sales over the weekend?
Not over the weekend. I saw your stuff though, but no, I mean,
No, I was talking about Mike's video because he he's from what I could tell watching the video, he acted like he really liked it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll be totally honest. Like this past weekend, other than like, our personal like chats or whatever, I didn't do a lot on social media. I kind of took a break from a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of made sense why he commented on one of my videos now because I'm like he was doing some he must have been doing some research on it. So
I mean, that little gun for the money is hard to argue with.
Hey, I got 2 of them and I love them.
Telling you, I saw G23's comment though. There may be something new coming soon for that family.
Very nice.
Very nice. I'll just say, if you live in a state that's less than favorable on your ownership ability, it's a coming. It's a couple months out, and it's not because it's not ready. It's because they got to wait on that silly state to do their thing. But
right.
That's a super secret. Hush. We'll talk about it here. But end of summer, be looking for something new.
Cool. I like that. That could be interesting.
That could be one of the one of the things I might show off at Goals.
I think.
Are you still going to Goals? Like I heard this is like not happening.
May not be.
Oh, I don't know. I heard something about like people like not wanting to go to Knoxville.
I mean, it is like in Knoxville. I mean, who really wants to go there?
Fuck both of you.
Only if you're
not on your best day, sweetheart. Well, speaking of that, I wouldn't call it a sexy voice, but standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a ginger, my lord, and a flatbed Ford from the Gun Owners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews. We have John, the Ginger Soulless Bastard. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Special teams, special players. Tuesday.
Before we get going, I'm wearing your jersey for a specific reason, and we'll get into that in a little bit later. But how's it going at GOA and FLR, my man?
All right, so let's
get going. You need to tell Kurt, and I sent him a message. The video / commercial / whatever he put out, short, reel, whatever he put out over the weekend might have been the greatest thing he's ever done. That was fantastic. It was fantastic. I loved it. We all know that he's funny as hell. I don't think that everyone gets how funny Kurt can be, right? So when you talk to him, tell him we want more funny Kurt. We need more funny Kurt.
I've told him that. We filmed that when we went out to the range on Friday, and he was like, "This is what I'm going to do." And I was like, "Okay." So he ran through it, and I was like, "You literally are doing 2 codes: 1 to get a discount from others, and 2 because you lied and wanted to get a discount for yourself."
Yes.
Like, go for it.
I think it was fantastic. Yeah, he needs more. We need more of that.
I will tell him.
I think that people. I honestly think that. I mean, let's just be honest. The target business is not the easiest business to be in, right? Just in general. And the only way he's going to set himself apart from other people is doing something funny and crazy. They need to remember him. And I think that is 100%. We need more of that. And I think it'll help him business-wise and just because I like funny Kurt. I want more funny Kurt.
Did you see him in the T-Rex costume yet?
No.
Yeah, it's up there on their social page too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, TCRT. TCRT stands for T-Rex can't reach target. And so he's in a T-Rex costume shooting at the targets.
It's not what it really means to us,
No,
but
that's what it really means. Oh god. So
how you been? Y'all been busy?
Yeah, I've been busy as fuck. We'll go. Let me do FLR first, and then I'll jump into GOA because GOA is going to be big.
Yeah.
So FLR, we launched a new video over on Thursday on the SD9 2.0, which please go watch it because it's tanking like no other video has tanked yet. So that one's out there. That review's out there. Kind of talked about how that gun. We kind of like that gun, but also like it only comes with one mag, so who cares? Then over the weekend we filmed. On Friday we filmed a bunch of stuff. So we did the Canic MC9 Prime. We filmed that over the weekend. We filmed the Ross Martin Compt, which Chris. It's a fantastic gun. It really is, but I personally can't tell the difference between the Compt and the regular version.
Oh, really?
When I shoot them side by side, we had to shoot it slow motion for me to see the difference. Kurt could tell right away. I couldn't tell the difference. They both shot the same for me. So there's that one. That video's done. We also filmed the EAA match and match X over the weekend. So that videos are done and getting ready in the queue for edit. And then we had a troll as well, which was really funny. I called Trey about this. This guy told me that I was an idiot and a dumbass for liking Taurus pistols, and then decided to buy one.
He's not wrong, but where he went from this is crazy.
He said that the Walther PPK was better than any gun available. Then he said the FN Reflex was a great gun. Then he said that he was a Christian but paid for OnlyFans models and Instagram girls to be in his fake rap videos, it was just, if you get a second, you can go look at that comment section. It's pretty funny. So that's what's going on with FLR. We filmed a bunch of content like usual, got a bunch of guns, got a video out for the first time in a month. So go check out that video. GOA side. So we've got goals coming up. Oh, wait, Chris has got something to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's what you got to do. You got to put a short out shooting all your Tauruses. But use that guy's music.
And that's why he's growing faster than Clover right there. Got to be an idea, man.
Gotta be an idea, man.
Oh, also
he's an idea man and can execute it. You know, that's a rare breed.
Speaking of the channel, we also hit 2,500 subs yesterday.
There you go.
So
nice, man. Hell, you'll pass Clover by Christmas.
I hope so.
It's easy to fuck with him because he's not here. But it'd be worse if he was here. Let's just be honest.
All right, now for the GOA side. So we've got first off, we've got goals coming up.
That's right. You have a job. I forgot you
I've got a job. Yeah. I actually have a job. We've got goals coming up August 9th and 10th in Knoxville, Tennessee. Please go be there. Go to gunowners.org/goals to sign up for that. Now for the big meat and potatoes of this whole thing, because this is big news. GOA has been working in the background. I've kind of hinted at this for a couple of weeks that we are trying to get suppressors off the NFA. We've got a bill in place. It's not a bill. It's through committee of weights and means to get the HPA across the finish line. Our ultimate goal was to get rid of NFA paperwork across the line for both suppressors and for SBRs. The weights and means came out yesterday. If you haven't paid attention to Twitter or anything like that, weights and means, this bill, basically this is a must-pass budgetary bill. And that's where we took a play out of.
It's almost like an omnibus, right?
Yeah, it's an omnibus. Yeah. So we took it out of we took a play out of the Dems playbook and did it ourselves and actually worked it. So we have the votes to get it across the finish line. The problem that we are running into right now is the way it is written. It is not good. It still includes the NFA paperwork for suppressors, and SBRs stay at $200. And AOWs get a $5 tax stamp, which, if I'm not mistaken, Chase, correct me if I'm wrong, was already a thing for
100%. AOWs are already a $5 stamp.
Yep.
Yeah. So literally did nothing for SBRs and knocked the tax stamp off the suppressors down to 0. So we're working on that right now to get across. So that being said, now is the time to pressure Congress to pass this. You got to call your senators and congressmen and go, hey, we want this passed in the way that we want it. And that's all the NFA paperwork gone. We also sent out a industry letter. You can find that on our social media right now on who signed that. Chase signed it and a bunch of other companies. So that's about it. We're going to try to get suppressors off the NFA in the next month is what the goal is.
So let me ask you this. I want to go ahead and throw some shade. I want to bring it up, and I've heard this. Silencer Central having issues with this somehow, some way. Have you heard anything about this?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
Why would Silencer Central be? Let's just assume that they are, right? I'm sure it's going to be coming out soon. Reporters or people that are much dumber than I am, like Jared and Braden, might be coming out with this pretty soon. They're going to try to get it verified. I'm going with it without being verified 100%, but let's just play the devil's advocate, right? What if there was a company such as a Silencer Central that would be against this? Why would that be? Like, in theory.
And does
it go against their business model, maybe, or something?
I would say it would go. Their Silencer Central's business model is on paperwork for suppressors and being able to ship suppressors directly to your door. And that goes for.
Why would a suppressor company, theoretically, mind you, be against the HPA? That boggles my mind. I understand why they're going to lose a lot of their business because of the paperwork side, so they claim.
Yeah.
But for the first time in a long time, maybe ever, it's a legitimate chance to get suppressors to where the NFA is no longer valid for that, and you have a suppressor company seemingly against this. That boggles my mind. And I know that you can't say anything specifically, but it boggles my mind as to how this could play out.
It is. And we have heard about other companies who have pushed against it, and I can't name names.
Yeah.
But they have since signed on to the letter that goes to Congress. So the letter included all the ownership over at MKS, the ownership over at Strutzel, Chase. There's 30 or 40 companies that signed up. Jamin McCollum from PSA signed on. So it boggles my mind that somebody would go against this. It's a very good bill. We want this because
let me ask you this. If this were true.
Yes.
If this were true, theoretically, and I'm throwing out Silencer Central. Go do your own research and verify it yourself, guys. Do they not understand this is probably going to happen? Do they want to be on the wrong side of this when it's going to probably inevitably happen anyways, right? I mean, I would imagine that this is as close as it's ever been to happening. And if, let's say, it does go through, why would they want to position their company to be on the wrong side of this? I don't understand this. I'm not saying you would know. I'm just saying, like, why do you, and Chris and Chase jump in, but why would a suppressor company that for the first time ever since the NFA had suppressors on there, there's a legitimate chance and a very good chance that they're no longer NFA, that they want to be on the wrong side of this? That does not seem like a very good business move. Is it just me or what?
You got to remember, for them, they make so much money off of their paperwork help, their paperwork
I
support,
get it.
and selling trusts and all that kind of stuff. That's a business model for them. So
I get it.
That's a
but
revenue.
What I'm saying to you is if they know that this is probably going to happen.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's not a good
look. Why are they visibly and publicly being against this? Because they might lose a lot of their business, but they could lose it all if it comes out to be true that
they could
not
definitely go the
affordable.
way of like cheaper than dirt or any of that stuff that,
That's what I'm
did the price
saying.
gouging during the madness. You have the people that are, hey, you are absolutely, I understand your business model, but you're standing in the way of legislation that, enables us to use our rights. And you're supposed to be this NFA company.
You're
That
one of the
doesn't, that
leaders,
doesn't
and you're
play
one of the
well.
leaders in that realm,
Yeah. And it's
I
also
mean,
not going to help
bad
your
look.
business relationships with the companies that manufacture that stuff because you stood in the way of those guys to make more money.
That's it. I like I said, do
Yeah, and
your
I
own
mean
research, guys. Go
they'll
ahead,
be
Chris.
fucked for years too on this because
They may not
I
ever
mean,
come back from it.
no, I mean you look at people still are holding Springfield's feet to the fire years after. So
Mhm.
yeah, this is not a good look for them.
It'll be
The other
interesting.
thing,
Yeah, go ahead.
the other thing we have to add, because Scott pulled it up. Let's see where Scott's comment, and I know he voiced the text did it, but he's not wrong. Silencers Central is a middleman, but what they do that other companies don't do, because the way the Brady Bill is written, and I can speak on this. The way the Brady Bill is written is that NFA items are exempt from the Brady Bill, and what that means is NFA items like a suppressor can be shipped straight to door, and that's what Silencer Central does. They hold the FFL in all 50 states.
Instead of going through your gun shop and them shipping it to your gun shop, waiting for the stamp to come in and holding it there, they're personally holding it, and then they're going to ship it to you. I get it. It's a great idea. It's a great business model. I can't fathom how a big name in that realm wants to be on the wrong side of this. That's just stupid to me. It's suicide. It's business suicide to me.
If this is true, which I can't confirm, but if this is true, this is worse than what Springfield did. This is worse what Marty Daniels said. This is a lot worse than
Smith and Wesson did in the 80s. I mean, that was pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. I just like I said, I don't see how, if what you're saying is true, and I trust that it is, this is damn close to going through. This is a legitimate chance of this happening, and they want to be on the wrong side of this.
And if
they're choosing. That's the thing is, they're not put in this position. They're choosing to be on the wrong side of this. It's their decision. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Again, I can't confirm or deny anything. I've got information fed to me.
What I'm telling everybody is go do your own research. It's out there.
Yeah.
You can go confirm it yourself and then pass it on to everyone that you know.
Yeah, I would say, listen, we know from our standpoint, I just got off the phone with Ben Sanderson from our federal affairs team earlier. We know the House is we've got the votes in the House. We know we have the votes in the Senate to get this passed. This is a top priority for
he'll sign it. He'll sign it.
Yeah, this is a top priority for the administration. So if it will go down in history if this comes out and it is true, this would be really bad for whoever is against it. And it could be a number of entities against it. I don't see why. Conversations with other organizations, you can guess who those other organizations are. We know we all
know who they are.
Yeah. There's the big one that we recently talked to, who has been helping us with this. There's also the lobby for the suppressor company, if it has been helping us with this. So I would do your research, and when it does come out who was against this, then we know that they've turncoated on something that's really good. And people can complain, I get it. It's a big win to get a $0 tax stamp on a suppressor. Huge win, right? But people have already voiced, like, why is GOA complaining that we got this win? Why are we complaining? Because this is not how we wanted it. And you shouldn't want it either. Suppressors should be out of the NFA.
It's a bad look that, once again, it's a bad look that one of the quote unquote industry leaders in that realm is doing this. It's a bad look. You can do or say what you want to within your own corporation. You can sit there and say this might not be the best move for us corporately. But shut the fuck up publicly. Just go with it, especially when you know it's probably going to happen, regardless of what you say. I don't know, whatever. That's their own. It's their own grave. And the great thing is there's other corporations that can pick up where they left off, and yeah. So be it. I just thought it's weird. Were you going to say something, Chase?
I was just going to say the fact that there's no reason to celebrate unlevying a tax that's unconstitutional to begin with when you're still infringing upon the right of the individual to exercise their rights. It's insanity. And I understand you're doing it as a business decision, but some business decisions shouldn't be made because they're going to be
or at least made public. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can privately be as pissed off as you want.
Oh, absolutely.
Internally, but publicly, you better get in fucking step,
Yeah, I mean, several companies have made poor decisions over the years, and they're still, like Chris was saying a minute ago, they're still blemished from that. And this is one of those blemishes you don't come back from. It's not like, hey, Marty said some shit, or Springfield, said some shit, or did whatever. This is one of those like, hey, I literally stood in front of Congress and said, nah, I'm good. Fuck everybody in their rights. I'm just going to make sure that I still get things the way I want to get them because business makes more sense for me this way.
G-Web says, was this a bad bill that went too far, or was it a good bill? Was a good bill altered to this? It has nothing to do with the bill, I don't think. It's the fact that you have Silencer Central coming out. I mean, I think it's a good bill, and I think it's a good bill now. There's going to be some things that probably have to get ironed out, but I don't think it's a bad bill at this point.
So to answer G's question, basically what it was is that when we brought this to Congress, we included two things: the HPA, which is the Hearing Protection Act. Look it up. You know what that is. If you don't know what that is, that removed suppressors from the NFA and got rid of the tax stamp. And we also brought them the Short Act, which was also to remove SBR, SBSs from and do protections for pistol brace firearms at the same time. When this bill
here's the thing: if the short bill went through, then there would be no reason for the pistol brace to be worried at that point, because SBRs and SBSs would take precedent. Correct?
They would, but technically they would, but also you'd still need protection for pistol braces, the carve out for pistol braces, because some states
Disability Act.
I would not the Disability Act. It'd be
no, because that's been challenged in court twice now and failed.
Yeah. Okay.
You would still need that carve out for pistol braces because some state laws don't allow you to carry SBRs. You also need to carve it out for other states.
And if you travel, you have to contact. Now, let me here's the thing: is if the short act went through, right?
Yeah.
Would you still have to contact if I traveled across state lines with my SBR? Would he still have to contact at that point, or
it would remove SBRs off the NFA, so it would just make it a regular gun purchase.
It'd be a normal gun purchase. Okay.
Yeah. So when the bill went in to Congress, as we into the Ways and Means Committee,
was it a combined thing originally?
It was combined two separates onto that one bill, onto this one
omnibus.
Omnibus, yeah. A bill's the wrong term. It's an omnibus.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's a budget. It's a budget thing.
It's called a reconciliation bill, is what it's called. So it's a budget reconciliation bill. So when it went into the way we wrote it, it was the full HPA, full Short Act, and the full HPA removed suppressors completely off the NFA. When it came out on yesterday, the tax stamp was moved down to 0, which everybody wanted, so we knew that was good. But you still have to fill out the NFA paperwork, so it didn't do exactly what. So it didn't remove suppressors from the NFA, but they are no longer a taxable item under the NFA. And according to
they're still NFA items.
They're still NFA items. at that point. And again, none of this is past, guys, so this is still up in the air.
Yeah, sure.
I want to make that very clear. With the way they worded the bill, this new bill is not only basically the tax stamp came off of you and I as the general consumer and fell onto the manufacturer. So there's a $200 additional tax.
You're probably going to get the $200 anyways. It's just going to be retail price instead of the tax stamp. So it's not changing the price probably at all. Actually, the price might even go up more than $200. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. And so that's not what the HPA said. The HPA was to remove suppressors from the NFA, remove the $200 tax stamp from the manufacturers, and remove the $200 tax stamp from the consumer. The way it is worded right now, it is a good thing for us as a consumer, but
the industry still not. It's what it is.
It is what it is. You're still technically registering it. It's just a $0 registration.
Well, it's not, because the retail prices are going to go up $200 at least. So it's not saving you any money. It's just you don't have to. I would say the only good thing that this brings, as it's written right now, still change, as it came out of Ways and Means yesterday. The only good thing it does is you don't have to wait for the stamp anymore.
Correct.
Am I correct at this point?
Yeah. Yes, that is correct.
G, it was.
Go
ahead.
I was just saying, I still think the prices will either stay the same or go down eventually. I think, like you said, I think they'll go up at first. But there's a lot of people out there that just won't buy a suppressor just because they're not going to pay the tax stamp.
Absolutely.
But I think, too, if these do get removed from the NFA, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of small garage shops and things like that are going to start coming out of the woodwork. And then we'll see the prices get driven down because
the supply and demand. Yeah. That's where I was going to go to is there will be, I'm not saying it's going to be as crazy as the AR game in the last 10 years, but there's going to be a ton of new suppressor manufacturers or suppressor companies that come out. And that will eventually drive the prices down. It's just interesting to me. Yes, G is talking about the HPA in 2018. I honestly thought the HPA in 2018 was going to pass. I really thought that it was strong in 2018. And then what happens in 2018? You have Vegas, right? And the whole bump stock. And now the NFA is in center stage because of the bump stock bullshit in October of 18. So I think that the HPA could have and should have passed the first time. That said, and G's right. If no tax, then print some cans. And I think there's people that will be printing cans. They may not last forever, but you can reprint them. I mean, there will be a lot of that as well. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to know where I can get one of those belt-fed bump stocks from Vegas.
I agree. I want one of those. Actually, speaking of cool-ass guns, I sold something today, which never thought I would do. I sold a 249. Pretty awesome.
Standard or para?
Huh?
Standard or para?
Standard.
I'm still look. I know somebody will buy anything.
$9,000. It's obviously semi-automatic. It's obviously, but it's
but for the same money, you buy an Ohio Ordnance Works 240.
I get it, but just the fact that someone called and said I want to buy a 249, I'm like, hell yeah, you do. That's what I'm talking about.
You're like, all right.
Yeah. So, what up, Kyle? Where are you at, shirtless Kyle? Little bitch.
Kyle, your media badge has been approved, by the way.
There you have it, folks. You heard it here. Shirtless Kyle will be at GOA, baby, at goals. I hope he actually is shirtless.
Shirtless in a bow tie like Yogi Bear walking around.
Chippendales. I mean, good Lord, how could you go wrong with that? We got to get him a top
Kyle,
hat too.
There is a dress code for the building. You do have to wear a shirt. There is a shirt code.
Can it be a see-through shirt like the lace, like the net, the 80s net shirts, like the workout
this
shirt?
This is a family-friendly show. So please don't get me in trouble for letting you
Bro,
in.
If you walk through the door with a shirt,
did you see the
on,
signage and
in.
did you see the map last year? That is not child friendly.
I don't make the map, so I'm
No,
not going to
you
comment
made
on
me
that.
pay for that stuff. I can't believe you made me pay for that pornography, sir.
You're the one who said yes to it, so I don't know what.
Did you think we wouldn't say yes to that? Come on, it's funny.
I know.
He wants to know is a boa count. I mean, a boa does cover the upper body a little bit. You have to wear the boa and also a Flavor Flav clock. And I think you'd be good at that point.
John is the expert on wearing pasties around here, so
apparently
I think that
he
would
is.
count.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, pasties do count too. And let's please ask. I want you to publicly ask John how we know that he wore pasties, because we held him down and put the pasties on. That's why. On the street corner in Dallas. That was Dallas. Yeah, in front of a lot of people. We held him down on a street corner in Deep Ellum, Dallas, baby. Right outside of the whatever the hell the Sexy Marlin or whatever it was called.
Something like that.
Ooh, a cape. Gee whiz, is a cape is kind of like, hell yeah, a cape would work. It covers the backside.
It's getting better every minute.
It is. I hope Kyle's
just remember,
notes. Hell yeah.
You don't have to answer to me. You got to answer to Kaylee. So good luck.
I think Kaylee has a much bigger sense of humor than you do.
Remember that Keith is coming with me this time, not Paul. So there's no telling what ridiculousnesses we might show up with.
This is true.
Because you don't know what happened at Great American.
No.
There was a lot of shenanigans, and then more at a distributor show right after. So
I just wish you guys would bring back the Bruce Lee jumpsuits, running suits. Those need to make another return sometime.
I'm down for outfits again.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Before we get going into the draft, I do want to bring up something, and I'm going to go off a little bit. And I think everyone in this room, would hold and understand my sentiments on this. Everyone knows Pete Rose is my hero, baseball hero. I'm a big, huge baseball guy. Pete Rose has been my hero since I was born, literally. I believe that the first piece of clothing that wasn't like the baby thing was a Pete Rose t-shirt that my dad got me. I have been a fan of the Reds since I was born. Pete Rose is my hero. I wore number 14 all the way through and was going to wear it in college when I played there. 14, Pete Rose is my hero. We all know he died. Was it December, January, right before SHOT Show? He died without being lifted of the ban, without being in the Hall of Fame, which is a travesty. A top 10 greatest player ever to play the game. Whether you were a Pete Rose fan or not, I don't think you can deny he's the greatest pure hitter that's ever played the game. Today, in their infinite fucking wisdom, Major League Baseball decides to lift the lifetime ban on Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Shoeless Joe's been dead for 100 years. If you're not familiar with who Shoeless Joe Jackson is, part of the Black Sox scandal in 1918 and 1919, took money to throw the World Series, but explain to me how he threw the World Series when he led every player in the series in batting average, hit the only home run in the series, led the series in RBIs, was basically the MVP on a losing team of the World Series in 1919, and got banned for life because he signed an X saying that he did. They signed an X. He signed his name as an X. By the way, where X marks a spot comes from Shoeless Joe. Could not read or write. Signs this thing. Turns out that he was signing an admission that he threw the World Series. banned for life. Played in the semi-pro leagues for years after that under assumed names. Pete Rose, the greatest hitter of all time, the hit king. The reason why I played baseball, and many people that are my age played baseball because of how he played the game. He was literally the poster boy of how you wanted people to appreciate and enshrine the game of baseball. Did he bet as a manager? Yes. It has never been proven that he ever bet for the Reds to lose. Never been proven. Did he bet? Yes. Did he have a gambling problem? Absolutely. Was he a sweetheart of a person? God, no. Probably a piece of shit, let's be honest. I met him once and he didn't even, I paid $20, stood in line for 2.5 hours to get his rookie card signed. And unfortunately for me, there was a good looking blonde that was standing behind me that as he was signing my card, he was trying to pick her up. Never got to shake his hand. He never even acknowledged me, but he's still my hero. The infinite wisdom of Major League Baseball lifted his fucking ban, which we knew was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. But the arrogance of baseball, I think that this was okay. If you wanted to ban Pete Rose as being a manager or being in the front office of any major league, be a part of their management team, I would have gotten that. You banned a top 10 greatest player and made him die. He would have been, after 5 years of retirement, he would have been probably unanimously voted first ballot Hall of Fame. Probably unanimously. That said, I'm going to bring you guys in and get your thoughts on this. That said, there is a very, very, very good chance that I will never go to a Major League Baseball game again. The only way I was talking to Ginger and Chris before we started. The only reason why I would go to an MLB game anymore is if I didn't have to pay for the tickets, but I would never financially support MLB ever again. Guys, I know this is baseball and a lot of people don't, but I know that there's some baseball fans in this room. I know Ginger's a big baseball guy. Your thoughts, not only on Pete. Pete's where my heart is, obviously. By the way, this was given to me by Ginger at SHOT Show, this jersey. Thank you.
Wait. You remember the jersey, but not the hat?
I left the hat. I can't show the hat.
I know.
You still have possession of the hat. You know, you did give me a hat. In my crayon eating days, I left it.
I know.
I left it in your booth.
And I brought it to NRA, but you decided not to come hang out. It's cool.
I would have. You know that.
I know.
Anyways, no, I get it. Go fuck yourself. I get it. Y'all's thoughts on Pete Rose and or Shoeless Joe? Obviously, they both fucking deserve. They deserve to be in there a long time ago. But yeah,
I think so. Shoeless Joe died in 52. That's what.
Yep.
He
played another 20 years after he got out, but under like assumed names in like these crazy podunk towns. Everyone knew who it was. You know, he should have never gotten this. Now, no. MLB in their. Did he take the money? Yes. Did he throw the World Series? He was the best player in the series.
Yeah. MLB in their wisdom, they couldn't just pardon those two. They pardoned the entire Black Sox team.
I get it. I get it. But Joe Jackson and Pete were the ones.
Yeah. Those were the two big. So I would say this has everything to do with a grudge held by Major League Baseball.
100%.
And for no reason other than they had a grudge against him and they had a grudge against everything, you know.
Well, here's the thing. If they were going to, and here's a problem that I have. We all know that they were going to lift the ban on Pete once he died. Everyone knew that, right? But here's the thing. They couldn't let Pete in without letting the Black Sox in. They couldn't let Pete in without Joe Jackson. The fact that they did it together is blatantly clear that there was an agenda. Blatantly clear. Like, do they think that we're stupid? Maybe they do. I don't know.
Well, and the only other thing that I have to add is Shoeless Joe did get voted on a number of times. His name was written on ballots. He's the only one who had his name. Yeah, who had his name written in on ballots. But
if you guys don't know who Shoeless Joe is, the beauty of Shoeless Joe was the main character. If you guys have ever seen the movie Field of Dreams, that's who Ray Liotta played with Shoeless Joe Jackson. So there's this lore about Joe Jackson that they say was the best pure hitter. He was better than Babe Ruth, would have been better than Ted Williams, better than Ty Cobb. All of these people, even those people said the best hitter they ever saw was Joe Jackson. When you're talking about Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb saying the best player they ever saw was Joe Jackson, that's something. As much as I love and love Pete Rose, the reason why I bring this up is I don't want Joe Jackson to get forgotten about, because one of the greatest players ever back in the day.
The other thing is, if you don't know about the Black Sox, watch the movie 8 Man Out.
8 Men Out. Yep.
Great movie, and it'll show how screwed Shoeless Joe. He got screwed because he didn't know what he was signing. He was just like, oh, everybody else is signing.
He said everybody's signing. Okay, yeah, and he literally signed with an X because he couldn't read or write. Did he take the money? Yep, sure. Yep. But you can't tell me he threw the series. He was the best player in the series. Hands down.
You know that they gave him the $5,000 because supposedly it was $5,000. They gave him $5,000,
5 to 10, depending on but yeah.
And he was just like
huge money in 1919.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing. He was just like, oh, cool, I'm getting paid. I'm gonna play baseball. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and hit 420 for the series, and the only home run that was hit in the series, he hit it.
Shut up, Matt.
I mean, I think anyone that knows John knows that he is a Hall of Famer. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer when it comes to balls and wood. Yep, he does handle it well. He likes a little pine tar. That can get a little sticky, if you know what I mean. So be careful with that.
He's been known to throw a curve or two,
Yep. Yeah, Joe Jackson did sign most of his stuff. Why? Because he couldn't. But he actually did sign the X, and that's the famous thing, is the X marks a spot in this. Interesting. They couldn't find that paperwork either. All the contracts that they supposedly signed disappeared. But they still ban them. Go figure. So there's that. I'm happy. I'm happy for Pete. I'm happy for Joe Jackson's family and Pete's family, although I believe they're probably pretty fucking pissed off right now too. I wish Kyle's still out there. I would love to hear what the tone and sense he's like right now. Anger, what is it? I don't know, man. There's a part of me that is happy because it's about fucking time, but about 95% of me is so pissed off right now. It's just the way that Major League Baseball handled it. It is, like I said, I'll never support MLB again. I'll never support them. I think it's bullshit.
Here's my question.
Yeah, Kyle says absolute anger. Exactly. Okay, good.
Now that they've lifted the ban on Pete and Shoeless Joe, do they lift
the steroid guys are next?
Yeah, I was going
to say.
And the roid guys will go before they're long gone, though. That's the whole thing. Like Barry Bonds will still be alive.
Barry Clemens and all those guys, McGuire, they'll get in. They'll be there to give a speech.
All those guys will get in. Oh, they'll give speeches. It'll be a huge deal. Blah blah blah. But they're 100% going to go in, and they're going to do it while they're all still breathing.
Yep.
100%.
Kyle says there's also a lot of folks that believe the curse will be lifted from the Reds if he gets in Hall of Fame. Bro, the second that he is eligible, I don't think that there is one person that wouldn't vote for Pete. He's getting in. It's the second that he's eligible and they can vote on it, Pete Rose will be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, first ballot, he's on. He's in.
And it'll probably be unanimous. He and Shoeless Joe will both be unanimous, But you guys know my thoughts. I think that Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were Hall of Famers before they started taking roids. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer when he was in Pittsburgh before he even got to San Francisco. Roger Clemens was a Hall of Famer before he got to, I guess it was where he started using was maybe Toronto, I want to say. But he was a Hall of Famer before that.
Oh yeah,
Sammy
like
Sosa.
McGuire.
I don't know. Sosa
Sosa was all
McGuire.
right. He wasn't as he didn't have as much power as he did when he started juicing. But
exactly.
McGuire
But see,
did.
here's the thing. That's the thing about the steroid thing. Does it let you heal quicker? Yeah. Does it make you a little bit stronger? Yeah. But it doesn't make you hit a baseball. Like, people don't understand the hardest thing in sports to do is to hit a major league fastball. Those motherfuckers could already hit. Did they go a little bit further? Yeah. Did they stay healthier a little bit longer? Yeah. But it doesn't make them better hitters. You tell me that Barry Bonds was a bad hitter, all of a sudden became a Hall of Fame hitter. Barry Bonds was the best player in baseball for years before steroids. Period. And I'm not a huge Bonds fan, but I respect Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is one of the greatest players of all time. Steroids or not. And here's the thing. When he started roiding up, it didn't matter because he got walked every time. So I don't know. They're going to be in the steroid era is going to get let in. The only one that I don't think gets in will be Palmeiro, because Palmeiro fucked himself in the Senate room. And he said, I did not. Blah, blah, blah. I think people will always remember that. I don't think Palmeiro gets in, but Clemens, Bonds, McGuire, Sosa.
Canseco?
Why wouldn't he?
Does he
remember this? Remember this. Baseball above any other sport is romantic, and they take tradition and history seriously, right? Baseball above all sports remembers history. Okay. Until Shohei went 50-50 last year, what was the benchmark? 40-40. Canseco made the 40-40 the first time. How could you not put Canseco? If you're not romantic about baseball, how could you not put Canseco in there? Canseco's 5-6 year stretch was as good as anybody's in history. Just throwing it out there. First off, why is Nomar Garciaparra not in the freaking Hall of Fame? That's another one. Not a big Red Sox fan. Wasn't a steroid guy. Why is Garciaparra not in the... His numbers for a 6-year span were better than Jeter's. Is it because he never won a ring? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Never mind.
Why is Roger?
That's right, damn it.
Why is Roger Maris not in the Hall of Fame?
Roger Maris had a couple good seasons. He was the MVP the year before he hit 61. I think the problem with Maris is he had a couple great seasons, but he didn't have the longevity. The other problem with that is he was coming off the golden age of the Yankees. Mantle was still there, but Mantle wasn't what Mantle was in the 50s. DiMaggio and Mantle, then you have Maris. Maris wasn't well liked, not because he wasn't a good guy. He just didn't, he was quiet. He didn't like the media. And so the media didn't like him. And I think that he got, I don't think Maris deserves it. I don't. Because I think he had one great year. It's the same thing as saying does Cecil Fielder belong in the Hall of Fame because he had 1 year where he hit 50 home runs when the next guy was at 33. I don't think so. Andy Pettit, great one. Eric
Dale
Davis,
Murphy.
Eric the Red, Dale Murphy, Eric the Red. Eric Davis deserves to be in the Hall of Fame if we're talking those kind of things, right? If Roger Maris belongs in the Hall of Fame, then Eric Davis belongs in the Hall of Fame. Dale Murphy belongs in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Anyways, yeah. I know this isn't a baseball talk, and I apologize, but it was big news today. And
if people saw our chat, they would understand.
Angry. Oh, yeah. Man, I was so angry, man. I was so
mad
angry
when I saw that pop up. I was like, are you kidding me?
So angry.
It's just the way they did it. It's the way they did it.
Exactly. The arrogance of them is how they did it. They thought that it would be okay and people would accept it. Fuck you, MLB. Yeah. I called Yoko after I saw it and I said, you never believe what happened with baseball. And she goes, you're kidding me. Like, that's all I had to say. And she knew it. She's like, I was like, yep. They lift the ban. We all knew it was happening, but God almighty. Don Mattingly, Dwight Gooden. Dwight's another one of those. Dwight had a couple great years. I don't think Dwight's a Hall of Famer. Darryl Strawberry, a couple great years. Don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Mattingly, 100%. Mattingly belongs in the Hall. I would. This is just me talking. Gooden, Strawberry, great for 3, 4, 5 years, but a 5-year career isn't a Hall of Fame career. Let's just be honest. That's just me.
Mike brought it up. Bob
Kenny
needs to
Lofton.
sell the fucking team.
Huh?
I was gonna say Kenny Lofton deserved to be in there, honestly.
I wouldn't. I
That was
I
a
would
5
be
or
okay
6
with Kenny
year stretch.
Lofton,
He was hot.
but that was a 5 years. That was a 5 or 6 year stretch where he was, aside from Junior, was the premier center fielder in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
David Cone, I don't necessarily think that Cone deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but if he gets voted in, I wouldn't be upset about it. Right? That makes sense. Like, I personally wouldn't vote for him, but I wouldn't be if I had a vote, I wouldn't vote for David Cone, but I wouldn't be upset if he got in.
Do you
I
think
is Rick Sutcliffe in the Hall of Fame? If Rick Sutcliffe's in the Hall of Fame, then David Cone belongs in the Hall of Fame. Let's just be honest. Rick Sutcliffe.
if they lift the steroids, do
He
you
is
think
Hall of Fame? Rick Sutcliffe. Yep. Is not in the Hall of Fame. Okay. I was going to say, because I like Rick Sutcliffe growing up, but if Sutcliffe's in the Hall of Fame, then David Cone belongs in there. So I think they were very similar, right? What's that?
I said RTT's right. Bo knows. Like, Bo should be in every Hall of Fame he could possibly be in.
I would agree with you as far as ability. He'll never beat any of them because he wasn't around long enough. But for his ability, for that flash moment of time that he was in, he should be in the NFL and MLB Hall of Fame, 100%.
will A-Rod get in?
He has to. He's got 600 fucking home runs, bro. I hate A-Rod. He has to get in. But he has to.
For sure.
Bro, A-Rod was a damn good ball player before steroids too. He wanted to be better than Jeter. That's why he took the roids. But he has to hit 600 home runs, bro. Of course he's going to be in. Dave Concepci, don't get me started. Don't get me started on Davey C. Who else were you saying?
What?
Someone else
Ramirez
said something. Manny?
Manny, you got Lofton was not only just a good center fielder, he was a good leadoff man too.
I'm saying he was, yeah.
And he
Manny
played until his
Ramirez.
40s.
So let me ask you this. Manny Ramirez, I would say, as a hitter, is as good. He's probably a top. It's going to sound bad, but if you know the history of baseball, I'm going to say he's a top 50 hitter of all time. I'm not going to say he's a top 10 or top 25. Manny Ramirez is a top 50. You think of all the people that have come through the world of baseball ever, saying you're a top 50 as hitter is pretty fucking remarkable. I think he's a top 50 hitter. But the motherfucker not only couldn't play, but he refused to play defense. Like, do you put someone that was a liability in the field and call him a Hall of Famer? If he was a DH, absolutely. I cannot put Manny Ramirez in the Hall of Fame because he was a detriment to a team in the field. Just throwing it out there. Hitter, absolutely. Dion, no. Dion was an average baseball player. Very average. Maybe below average, to be honest with you. He had elite speed. He wasn't a great hitter. He had a very weak arm. He was famous because he was Deion Sanders. Greatest cornerback, defensive back in the history of football. Hands down. A very average baseball player. Now, the average Major League Baseball player is still a fucking great baseball player. Barry Larkin. Well, I think Barry's in the Hall, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, Andrew Jones. That's another good one. Andrew Jones, talking about a 5-6 year stretch. Holy shit.
Andrew Jones for sure. And that he was like, when he retired and went to Japan, he was hot as hell there too for several years.
Yeah, I mean,
and honestly, one of the nicest dudes.
We're talking 5 or 6 year stretches. Man, really, I would not have guessed that. Honestly,
yeah, like one of the like.
I mean, just because he doesn't look like.
No, I mean,
he doesn't look like an asshole. He just looks like he'd be
a prick. No, I mean, him and Chipper had totally different personalities for the Joneses the Jones
Of
twins.
course.
You know,
Absolutely.
Andrew was actually pretty.
But talk about a 5 or 6 year stretch. Andrew had as good of a 5 or 6 year stretch as anybody.
100%.
Let's be honest. He's better than Darryl Strawberry's 5 or 6 year stretch. 100%. You know, Joey Cord, come on, stop, just stop. All right, that's enough baseball talk. God, I'm pissed off.
The
Dave
question
Parker,
now is
Dave Parker
John
made it this year, I think. What's that?
Right. So the question now is John going to take up the challenge that was thrown down for goals because Kyle's in?
I'm not getting a skyline tattoo.
Yes, you are.
You may not have a choice.
Never say never.
Yeah.
You realize that there's enough of us that will hold you down, right?
Yeah, Chris said he'll do it. You got to do it.
You're gonna have to find me before you go.
Oh, it's not going to be hard to find you there. I don't know what happened. John got a little toasty last night. Next thing you know, he's got a skyline tattoo. It was crazy.
Will they know what skyline is in Knoxville?
No, they'll think it's the Knoxville skyline.
That's even better. All right. We're going to have some fun tonight. What we're going to do is, in case you're joining us in, we're going to draft guns. And we're going to have fun. So before we start this, I want to say that the audience is going to have a choice too, but you are collectively as a choice. So y'all need to get together, figure out who's going to be your spokesman. Y'all figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to decide it. Because when it's your turn to draft, you're going to have about 30 seconds to draft. So between y'all's little group out there, y'all need to figure out who's going to be your spokesman, how you're going to decide this, and all that. But what the deal is we get $3,000. That's our maximum budget, right? Oh, hold on. Oh, well, yeah, we could do that. Matt, do you want to come in here and join this draft? I can just put the link out there. Hold on here. Yeah, if Matt, if you want to come in here, you can. He's been on the show before. So Matt, there's the link. Come on in if you want to be part of this draft. But y'all need to decide out there in the chat who's going to be your spokesman, who's going to do all of that. They're already saying Scott. Scott says RTAC. Well, between the two of you guys, figure it out. G23, you guys, there's a few of you that are boisterous out there. Obviously, there's more people out there that aren't talking. Kyle's out there. Utilize Kyle. Kyle, if you want to come in, you have a link, Kyle, in your email.
Kyle could come in, but he's being antisocial and stuff because he is being
antisocial. He is too good for everybody. So that said, you have $3,000 is your budget. You have to pick a pistol, a revolver, a shotgun, and a long gun. The long gun could be whatever rifle you want. Could be lever, could be AR, could be bolt, could be whatever. A long gun, whatever caliber you want. A long gun, a shotgun, a revolver, and a semi-automatic pistol. You can choose any of them anytime. You can spend as much as you want to on any of them. There is no cap per round. You have $3,000 to choose your 4 guns. Once they're off the shelf, they're off the shelf. This is retail prices. Now, if you can find something out there, it has to be like on a website, or it has to be, an advertised price. Because I'd go with our wholesale prices, and that would be even more fun. But I won't do that. I'll go retail. But yeah, so we're gonna have fun. We're going to start the first round off with Chris. We're going to go Chris, then Ginger, then Chase, and I'll go last the first round. And then after me, then the audience will have your choice. So you guys come up with however. I want you guys involved. Like I said, you don't have to choose a shotgun first round or whatever. You choose whatever you want. You've got $3,000. You don't have to go $3,000. You can go under if you want to. Just can't go over. But 4 guns for $3,000, you have to have one of each. Well, none of us are prepared, dumbass. All right, so Matt's going to stay out there with it's a lot of guns for $3,000. Exactly. We're going to see who has the best list here. For $3,000, you had to choose all 4 of these bad boys. So I tell you what, the audience has Kyle, Matt, Scott, RTAC, G23, 3,000 apiece, negative Ghost Rider. You know, can we get employee pricing? Negative Ghost Rider. You have a budget of $3,000 that has to, all 4 guns have to come out of that $3,000
You gotta act
price
just
tag.
like a pleb and buy like normal people.
That's it. So, all right. First round. I guess I need to get my. So I'm going to put here. This will be Chris. This will be next one. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not very smart. Ginger.
Take your time, buddy. It's okay.
Fuck you. I guess I don't have to. You don't have to wait for me, Chris. You've got first pick. You were on the clock.
There's a crayon. You write faster.
It's a crayon. It's a crayon flavored Sharpie. How about that? And then Trey.
What?
All right, you're up.
Starting with the. But are we starting with a certain gun?
Whatever. Nope. You have you and if we're gonna have 4 rounds. It doesn't matter what order you pick. It doesn't matter how much you spend, but you have 3,000 total to spend on those 4 guns. You can pick whatever you want at any given time.
All right. So we're gonna start off with revolvers first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a Heritage Rough Rider for $150. We got to get the useless. We got to get the useless.
The motherfucker
firearm.
has the first pick of the draft, and he wastes it on the Heritage. I promise you, that's available in the 4th round. I'm just throwing it out there.
You motherfucker. Also,
I have a reason for this. I'm getting the most useless firearm out of the way first, which is a revolver. So we're just gonna kill it now. And now his
second round is going to be a high point for $150, so that he has like $2,700 to go with rifle and shotgun. Let's just be honest.
Here, I'm gonna help.
Now
I'm gonna help.
$1,850 left to spend on guns that matter.
I'm gonna help Chris out. Chris, I found it for $99. So
okay, there we go.
Help you out.
Motherfucker.
Now I got $2,900.
There you go.
Look at that Ohio network working for each other. That's some bullshit.
I think we should take some money. I think that $100 needs to come off of Ginger's account. Then that's what do they call that?
That's some quid pro quo right there.
That's a quid pro quo.
$50.
I'm the commissioner of this bitch. All right, Ginger, you're up. What's your first round pick?
I'm gonna go with the Global Ordnance Monolith for $12.35. Get my rifle out of the way.
Monolith for $12.35. Interesting first round choice. Okay, he's in the big pocket of cat apparently. So surprised you didn't go with like the Springfield Saint or some shit.
No, I like that Monolith a lot.
I'm surprised you didn't go Kuna.
Kuna is considered a pistol.
Negative. I said handgun pistol. We're not going fucking AR pistols.
It's a pistol.
We're not doing okay. AR pistols are not considered handguns in this scenario. You want to change your pick? I'll give you that.
That wasn't even on my list. So
okay. Really? Okay. All right. Chastifer, first round pick.
Glock 19, faux 50. I found it at 2 different places.
Faux 50. All right. So I'm going right off the bat. I'm going to go the SAR SOCOM Compact for $229.97. It's on Gun Deals. I'm not sure, but $229. I'll say $230. $230 for the SOCOM Compact. It's pretty good. Pretty good buy right there. Pretty good buy. All right. You guys in the audience. The audience, your first round pick. Let's hear. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. So you guys Let me know. First off, real quick, so I know who to look for. Who is your elected spokesman out there? And then I need to hear. We're not doing wholesale RTT. It's got to be advertised retail. Because I could fuck all of you guys in wholesale if I wanted to. Kyle is the spokesman. Okay. So I'm waiting for Kyle to give me the definite last. Kyle, what's your first round pick for you guys? Kyle does not like the pressure of being the man. I promise you. He's like, oh fuck, I don't know. So we get it. Y'all have all decided. Kyle, I need Kyle to say something. I need Kyle to give me the first round pick. Glock 17 Gen 5. Give me a price on that you're using. Glock 17 G5. What's the best price that you found out there for that you're using for your budget? $590. Roger. Okay. Second round's going to start with Ginger. Your second round gun.
I'm going to go with the EAA Match X for $1,100 or whatever MSRP is, because I can't find it anywhere.
1059, I believe. Is that correct, Chase?
Yeah. Solid choice. All out.
You'll allow it. I bet you would. Christopher, your second round pick.
Smith & Wesson 686 Combat Plus for $650 because Palmetto had them on a smoking ass deal. Those are normally $1,100
plus. And how much is it?
$650.
Holy shit, that's like half off, isn't it?
That's a smoking deal. That's obviously somebody's moving some inventory.
Apparently.
I'm not mad at it.
No, I would imagine not. I'm gonna go.
Grip, though.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm gonna go with my revolver just because Chase and I actually talked about this not too long ago. I think it was maybe today. The Taurus Raging Hunter 357 Magnum, the 5-inch barrel. Found it online for $700. That's a sexy revolver. Hunter for that 700, and I'll say 720 because my math is easy. Christopher, your second round pick.
I'm going to go with my favorite pistol, the Walther PDP Pro. And the cheapest I could find it was $850.
PDP Pro. And how much?
$850.
$850. Solid choice. We'll take it. Audience, your second round pick. You got to let me know. You already got the Glock 17 Gen 5, which is an interesting choice, but I think there's been a little bit of maybe a little disgruntled arguments going out there. I think there's regretting having Kyle. I'm just kidding. Kyle told me $590. Say nothing about $320. And I'll give it to you if you guys can show me where it is for $320.
You found me a 17 Gen 5 for $320. I'll go buy one.
Aim Surplus. Aim Surplus has police trade-in Gen 5s for $320.
That's gay. That's cheating. Trade-ins don't count.
New. We know this. We know this from the first draft we have. We're not going used guns because we could do all sorts of crazy shit with used guns.
Oh, yeah. I used to screw people out of used guns all the time. I was good at it.
All right, guys. You got about 10, 15 seconds. Second round choice for the audience. Quit worrying about the Glock. That's over with. Y'all need to come up with another one. Kyle might be impeached. Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm not so sure he's taking into consideration his teammates. But he's going to go, hey, the front 911.5, fantastic. So he's got his rifle. Frontline 11.5. All right. Chase, how much? $590 for that? Is it really $590 for the Frontline 11.5? Can you find one for $600? Really?
Solid pick.
It's a solid pick. I just didn't realize that. Okay. I'm not against that. I wasn't aware that you could find one for $590.
Now we're all going to be buying Frontline 11.5s tonight.
Hell yeah. Okay.
We're also saying no 40 cal at this point too, so piss off.
Right. All right. So he's got two guns. So as of right now, halfway through, Chris, you're sitting at $950. You've got the Heritage Rough Rider and the PDP Pro combined $950. So you've got a little over $2,000 to work with. Ginger, you've got the Monolith and the Match X, and you're looking at 2,000, 1,200, 2,300. So you got $700 for two more guns total. Interesting strategy you've got there, son. Chase, you've got the Glock 19 and the 686 Combat Plus, and you are at $1,100 total. So you have $1,900. I have the SOCOM Compact and the Raging Hunter, and I am sitting at $950 total. The audience has the Glock 17 Gen 5 and the Frontline 11.5, and you guys are at what is that? $1,180 total. So, all right. So third round? Yeah, yep. Third round. So Chase, you have first pick. Is that right? You have first pick in the third round.
That's it. All right, I got to spend some money in this round. So I love you, Cal, but PSA Saber 308, $1,200.
Saber 308. Funny how we were going down. How much was it? $1,200. Okay. Yeah. We're going down the same road. I'm going to go with the Anderson AM10 battle rifle in 308, and I found it for $699. So
you took my gun.
I hate y'all.
Did I really?
Can I still take that?
Negative.
I got to find another one.
For $6, I want to say $799. I have that, so obviously I'm partial to it. So yeah, I'll have to give you a few seconds here, Chris.
What did you just take, Ghost?
I took the Anderson battle rifle 308 for $699.99, $700. Let's see here. Yeah, Chris is in hurry mode now to find another rifle, I bet.
I got it. Yeah, you killed me.
That's what we do. So while we're doing this, you guys in the audience, you need to start. Kyle, the black ace for the shotgun. No, fuck. I need to figure out how much I have left. 2, so that's 950. So I have 1650. So I've got $1,350 left. Christopher?
Okay. I'm going to go with, let me make sure. All right. Going with the AM10 Ranger, since you took
the Ranger. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. How much was that going for?
1,015. Now I
Solid
might have
choice.
just screwed up my shotgun. How much do I have left now?
You have 900, 820, 820, 1,820, so 1,835. So you've got $1,100 roughly.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Till somebody else steals my shotgun.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, audience.
Wait, I got a draft.
Oh, do you have to? Oh, that's right. You're the last one on this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, go for it. Who do you have? What do you got?
I'm gonna take the king of the budget shotgun, that Maverick 88 from Mossberg for $200.
All right. All right. All right. Audience, I need to hear your third round pick. And then after this pick, I'll go through and let everybody know what they have left. So you had to get an idea.
Looks like Kyle put it in the draft pick for them.
Okay, hold on here. I'm having to do some Rock Island M200 for $159. Holy shit. Okay. M200 for $159. All right. Chris so far has the Heritage Rough Rider, the PDP Pro, and the AM10 Ranger. As of right now, you have spent, I'm not very smart. Calculator is 100 plus 720 plus 1015. You have 1,835 minus 3,000. You have $1,165 for your final weapon. Ginger, you have the Global Ordnance Monolith. You have the Match X. And you have the Maverick 88. You have 500. Actually, you're not as bad off as I thought. $506 left for I guess a revolver. You can get a pretty nice revolver for $500. You did all right. I was a little worried about you there. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit worried about you there at the beginning. Chase defer. Let's see what Chase is at. Chase has the Glock 19, the 686 Combat Plus, and the PSA Saber. Oops. You have 700 exactly left, Chase. I have the SAR SOCOM Compact, the Raging Hunter, and the Anderson Battle Rifle. Minus 3,000. I have $1,350 left.
Jeez, I wonder where that's going.
Well, yeah. Let's see your audience. You have the Glock 17 Gen 5, the Frontline 11 and a half, and the Rock Island M200. Minus 3. Wow, they've done all right. You guys have $1,660 for your final pick, audience. Okay. Fourth round. How much do I have left? 1,300. I could go a different route, but I actually like this one. I'm going to go with the Beretta A300 Ultima Sporting for $1069. $1069 for my shotgun.
You just made Chris so happy.
I know I did.
Yeah, he almost got me.
I know where you're going, and I thought about it, but this is actually a pretty good shotgun. I'm happy with my lineup. So let's go back to Chris. All right, Chris, let me hear it.
Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol.
You're going to Patrol. Okay. I thought about the Patrol, but I was going to go with Sporting. Beretta
It's scary how much you and I think alike.
I know, right? And what was the Patrol for? Is that like
1049?
1049. Okay, that is about the same as mine. All right, Ginger, you got $506 left.
And I'm gonna take the Smith & Wesson 637 for $486.
All right, you came $20 under budget. All right, Chase, you've got $700, my man.
Gonna go Mossberg 590 Retro because the old school walnut just looks cool.
It does
for
look cool.
$584.
Very nice.
And for my
Audience.
$116 bonus buy, I'm just gonna take the Cricket for $115 because it's cute.
It's a bonus buy. You know what? People are still buying Crickets, and it's crazy to me. But they still buy them.
Like I will tell people this right now. For everybody who wants to like knock that gun for what it is and for what it costs, growing up, buddy of mine had a Cricket that we treated like absolute dog shit, and he still has that gun to this day, and it still functions.
I guarantee it.
Cannot kill him.
And will for his grandkid probably will still function.
100%. Like his kids have ran wild with it, and that gun has held up just fine to all the abuse.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. All right, audience. Let's see here. You have, good Lord, you've got $1,660. Kyle says the Tavor TS12. Okay. How much is that? Is that what they're going with? Let me see if I can find
I'm not going to lie. I want to shoot one of those really bad.
Oh, I'm not just, oh, absolutely.
I'll have to shoot it off my right shoulder, but hey.
1288 is the lowest that I found it. Yep, 1288 is what he said. Okay, 12.
It's a pretty solid pick there, Kyle.
It is a solid pick. I mean, let's just be honest. The Tavor design in general is badass. Don't forget the import fees. That's what advertised cost is right now. They're already in country apparently. So, all right, let's go through this. Audience, we'll start with the audience real quick. Your lineup is a Glock 17 Gen 5, Anderson Frontline 11.5, the Rock Island M200, and the Tavor TS12. Pretty solid. What's next? Mine is the SAR SOCOM Compact from the handgun. Revolver, the Raging Hunter 357 5-inch. The long gun is the Anderson Battle Rifle 308. And the shotgun is the Beretta A300 Ultima. This is the sporting edition for the shotgun. I'll take that. I'm happy with my lineup. I am happy with it. Luckily, the 4 choices that I had, no one took any of mine. So that worked out to where I never had to like scramble like Chris did. Chase, your lineup, Glock 19, the 686 Combat Plus, the PSA Saber 308, and the Mossberg 590 Retro for the shotgun. Pretty solid right there as well. Ginger, your lineup, the Global Ordnance Monolith for your rifle, your Pistols, the Match X. Shotguns, the Maverick 88. And your revolver is the Smith & Wesson 637. Pretty solid. I think you could have done some things differently, but hey, the Maverick 88 is what it is. Good for you. The cheapest item on any of the list goes to Chris in the first round, the first pick of the draft. The Heritage Rough Rider, which might have turned out to be a pretty salty pick there because it saved you a lot of money. Handgun, pistol, PDP Pro, long gun, the AM10 or Anderson AM10 Ranger, and a shotgun, the Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol. Thoughts, comments? That was fun. Overall, Chris, I'm gonna go through to you first. Looking at your lineup, anything different that you would have done now, looking back on it? Are you happy with your 4?
Oh yeah, I'm. Other than I wanted the battle AM10, but you had it, so
yeah,
I'll go with the 18-inch version. And as far as revolvers go, I hate revolvers, so
do I.
That's why I went the cheap route, so I could save the money for guns that I'd actually shoot.
See, I went the opposite way. I kind of said, if I'm going to go revolver, I'm going to go with the Raging Hunter because at least it looks fucking badass,
It's a badass looking gun.
But
if I was going to buy a revolver,
that's what I'm saying.
That would be the one I would buy.
Is that not what I told you yesterday, Chase? Lori had this conversation with Chase that said, if I ever buy a revolver, it'd probably be the Raging Hunter just because it looks cool and it looks like something that I would buy, right? It just looks like something I would want to own. I might never shoot it, but I will. I probably would. Yeah, it looks it's sick. It's sick for sure. Ginger, what about you? Looking back, anything that you would have changed your strategy? Are you happy with where you're at?
I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I may have gone a little bit more because Chris took my revolver. I was saving that money for a shotgun.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Chris took my revolver in the first round. Then the audience took my revolver, my other revolver that I was going to pick to save money. So I had to go with the Maverick.
Which one did they pick? Oh, that Rock Island?
Rock Island.
Yeah. Okay,
just because I was like, I'll go cheap on the revolver. Also because the revolver I wanted to go with that Chris took, and then my backup, the sale was off of it because Roll King had the LCR-X for $300 like a week ago, and that sale's gone.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have probably changed, I may have gone with a Polymer Wonder for a handgun, but that Match X is so good. I just figured I'd go big in the first 2 rounds.
I went with the SAR in the first round because it is a fantastic gun, and I found it for like $220 something. I was like, there's not a better gun in the world, in my opinion, for $225. So that's why I went with that. I was like, I'm getting a hell of a gun and saving money. My initial thought was going to go Brat because I fucking love the Brat. Easily one of my favorite guns I own. But when I saw that SAR for $220, I was like, I'm still getting a hell of a gun for save me money. So that's where I went.
Seeing I've never shot a Brat or had one, so I couldn't speak on that. That's why I like the Match X so much.
That's not my problem.
I know.
Maybe in August you can shoot one or something. We'll see.
Oh,
I am so excited about the Optics Ready Brat, though. Man, that is going to. It's going to be like the Match X. You're not even going to be able to get them in fast enough. Chase.
Oh, just wait till about that time frame. We'll talk.
There's more stuff, I'm sure. Yeah,
that's a lot of time.
Kyle's already says I panicked and chose a Glock 17. that was an interesting first round pick. I'm not gonna lie, because for $600, there was a lot of other shit you could have gotten. So
C9 would have done okay for you, buddy.
That's it. Yep. Chase, what about you? Are you happy? Would you do anything differently looking back on it?
I mean, I'm happy with my picks because I intentionally wanted to go solid guns that were not gonna solid guns that were solid deals, and I mean stuff that I would actually use.
Yep.
That's kind of how I approached it. And Luckily, nobody
Scott.
jumped on the train I was going down.
Yeah, Scott did throw one out towards Colin. He's right. Surprised you didn't pick the Kiger instead of Glock 17. So I don't know. It would save you some money. You sent me a text. Hold on here. He did. He's never been. So Kyle's never been in a high stress situation. He's never done anything like that. So he doesn't know how to handle himself in high stress situations. Shit, that was funny. I'm sorry. I made myself laugh on that one. Did you send me?
It's not like you're just using a bomb or anything, Kyle. Jesus Christ. Just pick a gun.
It's not that he got blown up or anything.
Yeah. It's not using the red wire or the green wire. It's just pick a gun. God.
G23, what is this? I mean, I know that it's a revolver, but like, what is it? I don't know enough about revolvers to understand what it is. So,
did he send you something?
Yeah, he sent me a text. I don't know.
What is it?
Ugly? Is it gay? Is what is it?
Hold on here. Let's see if I don't know if I can screen share this or not. Colt Python. Oh, okay. There you go. Screen share. I don't think
that's definitely not cheap.
Chrome tab. No. No, it's pretty. It's I think all blacked out. It's like blued with black grips. It's a good looking gun.
Yeah, the old Colt, like especially the old Colt blues were gorgeous.
Okay, I just zoomed in. I can see where it says Python on the barrel, but yeah, that's a good looking gun. I mean, for a revolver, you know.
I mean, if you want to see wild revolvers, just go look at Courts.
Oh yeah, those are some sweet ass guns, and you're paying for it, but those are some sweet ass guns.
Oh yeah, if you ever shoot one, you're like, oh, this is amazeballs.
I never shot one. I don't think I ever will because I don't want to get too excited about a revolver.
You really should, because I mean, you need to shoot a $5,000-$6,000 revolver just to be like, you know what? I understand this.
Nope. Ooh, that could be fun. Oh, that could be really fun. Scott says, "How about next time we do a high-end list? Nothing under $1,000." That could be interesting. Let's say we give everybody $5,000 or maybe $6,000 for 4 guns. That averages what, $1,500 a gun, but you can't. Yeah, I like that, but you can't go under 1,000. We'll give everybody $6,000 for 4 guns, and we can even do something like, I don't give a shit what it is. We don't have to have one. You know,
will Clover be allowed to participate
if he fucking shows up? I don't know.
Because he's cheap and stuff.
I mean, he's not going to be cheap if it's not his money he's spending, you know.
Well, that's true. You have to put a stipulation on him just for giggles that says no browning.
Nice. Oh, there's got to be some kind of a buck mark that's $1,200. I'm sure, you know. I don't know if there is or not, but I imagine there would be.
Why would you buy a buck mark when you could buy a Smith 41? I'm just saying.
Yeah. He'll probably go with some Anschutz or something, you know. Which, not a problem.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, I would not be upset at that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look toward maybe like 6,000 for 4 guns. That gives you $1,500. Okay, we'll say 10,000 for 4 guns. That gives you $2,500 per gun. You can spend whatever the fuck you want.
We have fun with
10,000 for 4 guns, and I don't give a shit. Like, do we want to do it where you've got to have a revolver, a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun, or you want to say you get 4 guns for $10,000? Do what you want to. I don't know. What do you think?
A shotgun, a rifle, and a switchblade knife.
We could do 4 guns and a knife for $10,000. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Like what we could do is like you spend your $10,000 for your 4 guns, and whatever you have left over, you spend on a knife. and we'll see who gets the best knife with leftover. You know, if you want to save $500 for a nice knife, or you can spend $20 for a Walmart knife, that can be kind of interesting. Whatever's left over, you got to find a knife for that price. That could be fun.
You know, it'd be really fun if we could do shotgun, pistol, rifle, whatever, and then we get a wheel. You get a wheel. So those are your we get the wheel, and you got to pick whatever the wheel comes up to. So if it's like American made, you got to pick an American made, foreign made, under $200.
I can come up with a spin wheel. I can do that.
That'd be hard because then you're on the spot. You got to figure out what to do right then and there.
Yeah, it could be like American made revolver, foreign made revolver, American made pistol, foreign made pistol, American made shotgun, foreign made shotgun, which might not be very many American made shotguns, but I like that. And we spin the wheel. Now, would it be for that round or per person?
It'd be per person. And then
so like every person we spin the wheel again, what you're saying.
Yeah. But you can only pick, so you'd have to make it very vague because we would pick per like category. So like spin, it'd be like American, and then you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take a pistol, an American pistol, or I'm gonna take an American shotgun, or one of the ones should be like instant YC9. And if you land on it, whatever your gun is, you have to get a yeet cannon. So if you have a pistol and you get a instant YC9, it replaces your pistol instantly. They do it with like sports players. It's hilarious.
Instant high-end double rifle. You have to have like two like whammies. You have to have like something silly like
a 5,000 an instant $5,000 gun right off the bat. Like whatever it is, but it's $5,000. If you land on it, your next gun's gotta be worth $5,000. That takes half your budget right there, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I like it's got to be something funny. Like somebody's got to get either like an instant gun, or it's like pick a gun that's discontinued, because that's another one that you got to go through the memory bank to find a gun that's no longer in production.
We could have some fun. We'll do that. So we need to get together like throughout the week and figure out some cool shit to do. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll have fun with it. We'll have fun. Or we could do like a Jeopardy type thing, you know.
In what year? No, because if we did a Jeopardy type thing, Clover would cut us off every time we would go to answer.
I can mute his motherfucker ass, so I'll mute his ass. So you know, worst case is I'll just kick his ass out. Got no problem with that. You see how lovely it was tonight? How much fun we had tonight?
Sit in the green room and watch the whole
green room. He can be part of the audience chat. He sends us stuff through the private chat. He can still be involved in the draft, but he will not be on the screen. He has to send his picks through the private chat.
Okay. What are the weird
every time? Ding, so and Clover's pick is
it. That would be so good.
The less than gentleman from East Texas has chosen.
The pick is in from the green room. Clover picks the buck mark.
It's like, hey, chose an X-Bolt white gold medallion 270 win. Shocker.
Is that $1,000?
Yeah. Well, no, not. It's $1,000 like cost now. It's more than that. It's like 12. What is it? Like
is it? Okay. Now. An X-Bolt is really?
The white golds are. They're the pretty ones.
Oh, okay. Because not the X-Bolts we have. So
yeah. The white, like when you get like the white gold medallions, those are the stainless with the gold inlay.
Gotcha. Tell you what. Have y'all seen the Henry all-weathers that have come out in the 4570? Those are pretty sharp looking. Those are really, we sell a shit ton of those, but those are really good looking.
Is that the new one with the carbon fiber shit?
They have a carbon fiber version, but the one that we're selling a ton of are just the stainless with the black stock. But oh man, we got one with a pick rail on there. Man, that is a sharp looking rifle right there.
Yeah, the carbon for cool guns, but they're a little pricier.
A little pricey. Yeah. But man, those are pretty sweet.
I'm still mildly upset with Henry right now. So
I agree. I actually had a call about that today. He's like, "Hey man, when's the Marine Corps rifle coming out? I was like, well, about that, homie. Sorry to tell you, but you're probably never going to see it. We got in, I want to say like 25 of them originally that were gone because they were allocated. Whoever has those 25 that we got, and I'm sure other distributors got some as well, but whoever got like those runs before the cease and desist came out, what are those things going to be worth? A commemorative Marine Corps Henry rifle that was cease and desist. There are only, let's say, 100 of them out in the public, roughly. Maybe 200, maybe 250 total.
Yeah, it's probably a few hundred of them total across the distributors that got it.
How much can you? I mean, I actually called one of the guys that got one of mine, and I called him last week after you called me about that, Chase, and I said, "Hey, man," I was like, "Did you sell the Henry Marine Corps rifle?" And he goes, "Oh no, that was for me." And I was like, "Do me a favor." He's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "If you ever want to sell that thing, like, I'm your first phone call." He's like, "What's going on?" So I told him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm never getting rid of it if that's the case." And I was like, "I'm just saying, if you ever decide to, like, you need quick cash, whatever, like, I'm your first phone call." He's like, "You got it." If I would have known that, I would have just kept one for myself. You know, I was like, kept one off the side and paid for it. You know,
I didn't even know about this. So what was the cease and desist for?
the Marine Corps, apparently, Chase can give it more into detail because he's actually dealt with the Marine Corps recently, but they have trademarked like 1,000 things. EGA, the Marine Corps hymn lyrics, the Semper Fidelis, all this is trademarked that you have to get. And most of the time they don't care. Like, you just send and say, "Hey, I'm doing this. Can I use that?" Yeah, not a problem. Apparently they don't do anything with firearms. The Marine Corps doesn't do anything with firearms. You heard that right. How in the fuck is that possible?
Nothing firearm related, nothing weapons other than certain knives or sabers because they're ceremonial sabers, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, nothing weapon related, nothing that would be construed as like potentially bad form for the Marine Corps, and it has to be American made.
Yep.
But
which Henry is, which is fine.
Yeah, Henry is fine.
But it's a rifle, and he said no.
Because Henry did this, and then a letter got sent out behind it, because several companies were wanting to do things for the military's 250th birthdays, us included.
Yes.
The cease and desist came out, so now people are like, "Hey, before we buy these, we want to make sure we're going to be able to sell these." So now everybody's basically, you have to get okayed from the different branches, and all the branches are like, "Nah, not happening."
We have in hand, we have those Army rifles, by the way, that came in, Chase, from Black Rain.
I would get those out the door.
Oh, they're out. They're gone.
Because
that's probably going to be the last shipment we get of those too, I bet.
Yeah, because I talked to the Army the other day, and they told me, like, yeah, like, we'd love to do something like that because that's a cool idea for the birthday, but yeah, that's a no.
Because it fucking has like the Army with the star logo. It's got that on the fucking receiver.
Yeah, now there's a potential, because I've been talking with them, that I can actually do one for the Army. Okay. For the Army's 200, because Army's got a special like 250th birthday logo.
Yeah.
That they may let me use that. I'm having to go through all this rigmarole, but no Army emblem, no Army crest, no "this will defend."
Yeah.
No
slogans and all that shit. Yeah. No. Not that you would ever do it, but they probably wouldn't mind you putting the Army of One, because that was the dumbest fucking thing they ever put out there.
God, that was so gay.
Hey, real quick, Chris, I've never noticed that. Is that a helmet in your background underneath your rifles? What is that? Is that a lamp? Was that a helmet?
Like, oh, my Boba Fett.
What is that?
Boba Fett.
Huh?
Boba Fett.
Yeah. You need to fucking wear that motherfucker every now and then.
Oh no, my helmet's above me.
That's badass. Oh, is that just like a statue or something?
Yeah.
From here, it looks like a fucking helmet, so I didn't know what it was.
Nah, bro, weapons are his religion.
It is his religion. Hell yeah. Yeah. All right.
That was my all-time favorite character growing up.
I mean, not a bad one. That's what we should do. We should do like a draft of fucking. So, if you could pick a gun from Star Wars, anything, I think I've got to go with Chewie's crossbow. That's the one weapon from Star Wars I'd go with.
Does it have to be man portable?
Are you going Death Star, dude?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because that's technically a weapon, but
It's a weapon
no. What are
system.
you going with? What are you going with? Are you going
Weapon.
with the fucking snow walkers or something? What are you going with?
Well, I mean, AT-ATs are cool and shit, but no, the fucking Super Star Destroyer Executor. Like, that is the fucking shit.
We could nerd out on this shit if we wanted to.
We could really nerd out on this shit.
We're not going to do that tonight because we're about 4 minutes before we got to get out of here. Chris,
I if I was Elon Musk rich, I would own a fucking Star Destroyer. Like, it would happen.
I don't know if Elon
like,
could.
you think my rockets are a problem? Wait till you see this.
The sad thing is Katy Perry would never be able to shoot one because she's not qualified for space. I don't give a fuck what she says.
She didn't go to space. Okay.
Hell no. She went to the high fucking.
They didn't even do that.
I mean, they didn't have to come through re-entry or nothing. So you don't go to space unless you have to come through re-entry.
They didn't go nowhere. That was all staged.
Well, okay. I'll give you that. It could be staged. I think they went up in the air. But
Blue Origin launched a rocket, but all those doofuses were not on it.
Yeah.
If you look at the other Blue Origin flights that people were on that came down, that were like recorded the whole way, like, it's obvious that their little capsule was a set, not the actual capsule. Like, the door hatch, it opens too easy.
Oh, it opened to the inside first off,
and it flopped open.
There's no way that the pressure is going to open to the inside. No way.
You see how much they have to push on to get the SpaceX, like the Falcon, like the capsule, the Crew Dragon's open. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, someone from the inside opened it by mistake, and you can close that real quick, But I was like, yeah.
And while we're talking about, since we brought up Star Wars,
let's do it, man. I don't give a fuck.
The second season of Andor is absolutely fucking amazing.
I haven't watched anything yet. So is it
so
the ultimate weekend, if you're just gonna sit on the couch and watch shows, you watch the second season of Andor, then you watch Rogue One, and then go right into Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
see, I actually loved Rogue One. I think Rogue One's one of the best Star Wars franchise movies out there for sure.
Yeah, well, that's where that came from. I mean, so Rogue One is the climax of the Andor series.
Oh, is that what it is?
So watch Andor season 1. I'm gonna tell you right now, the first several
I've watched
episodes
season 1. I haven't watched season 2.
Yeah, season 2 came out while I was at one of the shows. It came out while I was at NRA, and I was mad as shit about it. So I finally got caught back up this weekend, and it's been balling. And as soon as season 2 is over, you go right into Rogue One.
Yeah. And then Rogue One goes into episode 4, basically.
I don't care. I know it's a Disney production or what. Man, it's so dark and so good.
It's so good. It's got a couple little stupid little wokeisms in there that you can tell Kathleen Kennedy was involved, but other than that, it's great.
Okay. All right. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I'll have to do that.
It's good.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it. It's supposed to be rain this weekend. I might have to do that this weekend. I got nothing else going on. College baseball, but that's not a big deal. All right, Chris, what you got going on? Tell people where they can look forward to coming up.
I got some pretty good stuff coming out. We'll have the Ross Martin comp coming out. The CZ Nocturne F video. Got some optic reviews and got a lot of shit coming up, but it's fun. Man, I love these draft shows.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're awesome.
I think next week
let me be a part of it.
Oh man, okay. No, fuck. Shut the fuck up. Ginger,
he doesn't let us on his show.
Huh?
He says that because he doesn't let any of us on his show.
Well, if he did shows anymore,
I don't do shows.
Well, I know when you
the last one he did, I think, turned him off of shows pretty quickly. Ginger, GOA update, FLR update. What you got?
GOA, we've got the got to go contact your senators and congressmen about this Ways and Means bill that's going in. Let them know that we want it fixed to be proper HPA and the Short Act. And that's about it for that. We got goals coming up August 9th and 10th.
By the way, I'm all for any short act. I'm all for anything that's pro short stuff. So yeah,
pro short act, small caliber,
small short barrel, especially. I'm all for it.
Yep. So we got goals coming up August 9th and 10th in Knoxville, Tennessee. Make sure to get your tickets now. We do have special auctions with John Level on Friday. So if you want to be at that dinner, tickets are available for that. If you have a wife, we have our women's luncheon happening Sunday. And then if you have a student coming into college or ending college or in high school looking to get into the firearms industry, we're going to have a special talk/resume building class on Saturday. Those tickets will be available.
Not necessarily a job fair, but kind of. That's kind of cool.
Kind of. Brandon Herrera will be speaking at that engagement too. So
I thought you were going to say earlier, if you have a wife, I thought you were going to go, if you have a wife, John Lovell will be there. So, you know.
Well, John Lovell will be there on Friday. No, that is not sponsored by SDI Cobra. So that FLR we've got, we just launched the SD9 video. So go check that out. We've got a bunch of stuff that piled up, like the Match Axe and the Match and the Ross Martin, and those videos should be hopefully coming out soon. And then I have to film the podcast at the end of the month, so you're probably not going to see me back on the show for a little after next week, probably for a little bit, because I'm going to be filming the podcast at the end of the month, and then I leave directly from there to go to Alaska for a week.
Yeah, you do. You ever get your flight straightened out?
Yeah, they finally straightened the flights out for that.
That's good. That's good. Chastifer, what's going on at EAA besides the cartel beauty that we see in your picture right there?
Got the Brad Optics ready, getting out the door. Got the new gold 38 sillies, and then getting ready for some shows. Man, got some stuff coming up in June, and then we got stuff July. Obviously, we got goals, and I'm gonna be super tired at goals. I can tell you that right now because I got to go to Oregon. Literally, I'm home for a day, and then I shoot over to Tennessee. Yeah. Be a good time.
Make sure that I'll make sure you have some Ghost energy drinks. How about that for you?
We'll definitely have us a good time for sure.
We will. Good to hear you're no longer banned from Alaska. Gingers are always banned, but he has to wear a wig. That's why he's allowed back in the state. He has to wear. He can no longer show the ginger hair.
Brown bears
gingers freak out. Brown bears and Eskimos are afraid of gingers. I'm not sure why, but you know. Chase is going to Oregon. Yes. I think G23.
I will be there to so Bimart is having a big event for customers. So it's actually it's a 2-day event. You live range, get to try out a bunch of stuff, all that. I will be there.
Oh, is it open to the public?
Open to the public.
There you go, G23.
So it's in Shed at a range in Shed, Oregon.
Shed,
so kind of
like
it's in between
Shed.
Yeah, SHEDD. So it's in between like Eugene and Portland.
Okay. Well, there you go, G23. There you
I'll
go.
be there in the person, in the flesh.
Yep. Just by the way, if you've never met Chase, it is quite disappointing. He's a smaller guy than you think.
Yeah, I'm a super little guy. Like Ginger's
super
way bigger.
Guy.
Huge. Like, I mean, Clover like kind of dwarfs me. It's sad.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
I wouldn't go that far either. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, got
There we
some
go.
new stuff. Got some new stuff to Cummins. Y'all just wait.
G wants to know, G Webs wants to know, is that near Hutt, Oregon? I don't even know. I have no idea where Hutt and Shed. I get what you're saying with Hutt and Shed, but I mean, you know, there probably is a Hutt, Oregon. Let's be honest. There probably is a Hutt, Oregon.
Probably.
I said he's like a Statue of Liberty, a lot smaller in person. Chase is not a small man. I'll tell you who's a freak of nature is Chris. Chris is a big motherfucker.
What's funny is like that poor waitress when we stood up, Chris, and TJ all standing together. She was like, can I get around y'all?
G Webs is down the street from Garagey. Yeah, exactly. Right down the street from Garagey, Oregon. Yeah. G, I'm a little disappointed. He had a link. He could have had fun in our draft as well, but he decided that he didn't want
to. Then you got G Webs out there that dwarfs us all.
This is true. G Webs a tall motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Then again, everyone's is tall compared to me except for Clove, and Gary. That's why I love Clover and Gary so much. Like I feel like good around them, you know. Throwing it out there. All right, homies. Thanks for coming on. Go check out Christmas 740. Go check out Fully Loaded Reviews. Please go and activate yourself and get involved with the movement with Gun Owners of America and go buy all the EAA shit that you can buy. Great guns and all that. But faux show, thanks for joining us, guys. If you're watching this in replay or listening to podcast form, once again, we do invite you to come enjoy the Madness live in the studio audience, if you will, every Tuesday at 7 Central on the Ghost Tactical channel. Get up there, be more proficient with your firearms. Stay in tune with everything that's going on with your local, state, and federal 2A legislative stuff that's going on. Laws, go check out GOA. They can help you with that. Most importantly, enjoy your freedoms of being American, one of which is to keep and bear arms. We'll see you next week. Semper Fi.